on the ice. Drop me a comment, let me know where you are, and how you're enjoying the springtime. I see one icon. That's me, Mum. How you doing, Mum? You're okay? So we've got two others. Go on, guys. Shout out there or there, depending on whether I'm mirrored. A little speech bubble. Drop me a comment. Say how you doing. Happy Monday. Come on, you can do it. Or not. What time are we on? So let's have a look. That's what time I make it. What time is it on yours? What's the time delay? Let me know. Give me a shout. Comment what time it is on you. We'll give you a full lap. You know, none of this will make it to the website, don't you? This will all get edited out. It's live, but hey ho. Right. Oh, we've got 5 sets of eyes. 6 sets of eyes. I reckon that's enough. Yeah, guys. Happy Monday. We're in May now. At some point, I've no idea what. But it is a Monday, and I know that much. So today we're going to take a look back at our trip to Malham Cove. It was by far the furthest we'd travelled. It just breached our criteria for a big day out, but because it was such a one-off special, I took the hit on a little bit of fuel costs just so we could have this experience. It was... When was it? It was 11th of February. It was between 2 storms, so places were flooding, roads were closed, everything was freezing, we had ice and snow coming in. But I checked a couple of weather and meteorological websites, and I reckon we had a window. I reckon we had a spot and a time we could have got there safely, and with no hassle and with no drama. And we did. It was a blooming freezing day, but the wind was calm, the clouds were light, there was no rain, there was no snow, no hail. It was a perfect day. And because of the bad weather, nobody was there. So we got in and had an empty car park, and got straight up to the cove and had it to ourselves. Cool. So this is and just look. You really can't tell from a photograph, but it was bitterly cold. Still, look, I've found all the comments. To help you. 12:05. Thank you very much. Alright, so comments have just started popping through. Sheila, how you doing? Kelly, you alright? Brandon, how you doing, buddy? You alright? Looking after your brother? Simon, Kelly, how you doing, mate? Kane, buddy, how you doing? Awais, how are you, mate? Richard, Tony, John, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Mum, Dad, nice to see you as always. It's 12:05. It was great stuff. Right, so I don't know if you know Malham at all. It's essentially a car park, a field, and a pub. And then you've got a little nature reserve thing that walk past the river. Now this river here usually is a trickle. It's a pebbly, walky thing. Kids play in it. It certainly doesn't breach the path ever. So this was a bit of a worrying start to the day, but I had faith in technology. I had faith in my resources and the reports that I'd read. So we kept on plugging on. Yeah, you walk up through a farmer's field and down into Malham, and it's a lovely walk. It's not very long, 2-3 kilometres, I guess. I'll talk about that once we get down there. So as you can see, it's a National Trust site, so you know it's been looked after nice and well. All the dry stone wall is beautiful. There's no litter anywhere. It is an absolute beauty spot. And if you've never been, the ban's been lifted. We're allowed to travel a little bit further. maybe check it out. Yeah, so this is the Cove. This is Malham. Your voice is breaking up at times. Oh dear. I'll speak slowly. I don't know. So this is the Cove. It's been in. It was used as the location of Harry Potter. This is the reason we went. On the top there, I think Harry and Hermione camped out for the night. But hey ho. And yeah, this is us enjoying it. Again, this river you can see at the side is usually like a little stream. But hey ho. And that's the Cove. Beautiful, isn't it? Often you see climbers on the ledge and things. A year or two ago, we had some floods, and the Cove actually started to drop water. It actually became a waterfall again. First time in hundreds and hundreds of years, water was falling over the Malham. And I thought, with the amount of flooding and storms we'd had at this time, we might have been lucky enough to see Malham Falls. We weren't, but it was still a gorgeous day. Limestone and cold weather don't mix. They turn into essentially blocks of ice, which is the stairway up to the top, and all the top is just a grid of lime. So we made a decision not to go up. We did have a cheeky wander up a couple of steps, and we got to the first gate and had a look back. But one of us lost our foot and we had a bit of a stumble, and it was just far too risky. So we came back down, and we found a lovely sheltered tree. And this is where we packed up and had lunch. We sat and we chilled out. I think the rain had come in for a minute, and you could see the other side of the clouds. It had broken, so it was only a short pass. But yeah, this is where we ate our lunch, enjoyed the snow and the ice for a moment. And then, as we'd finished, the sun came out, and it was an absolute. There's a lot of me there. Gorgeous sunny weather as we walked back. And because we had such a fantastic day, Brandon was an absolute trooper. We went to a posh cafe and had a nice glass of Coca-Cola. And that there is the end of our trip. It's a place I'd love to take Brandon back to. Bit drier weather, a bit warmer, and we can go onto the tops properly. And have an explore around there. Like I say, we took up a couple of the cheeky steps just to get the elevated view of the Cove, but it wasn't worth risking going all the way up. So yeah, that's Malham. It's an absolute gorgeous place. Unfortunately, because it's such a gorgeous place, it's usually really busy. I went with the family last spring. Ooh, it was a year ago now. Goodness me. And the ISPB were there. They had spotting scopes. So looking at birds of prey. I think it was buzzards roosting in the things. No, it probably wasn't buzzards. It might be kestrels roosting in the coves. And there were some guys with slat lines doing some sort of circus skills. And there were just people playing in the stream, having picnics. People had little portable stereos, play music. Really nice environment, really nice atmosphere, but busy. So for us to turn up, and I think we were one of 3 groups there. There was an old couple, and then there were some tourists, foreign tourists, exploring it. So to have it so quiet and so to ourselves was phenomenal. Parts of the path were flooded, so we had a bit of an adventure getting around. Exploring right underneath the Cove and things, going a bit closer, and yeah, it was ace. Really glad we did it. A shame we couldn't get the top, but if it was safer to do, it would have been busier. So that roller coaster of seclusion and isolation versus access is a juggling act. It is what it is. Yeah, and as you can see, there's nobody else in the pictures. As we got to this cafe, there's a little walk bridge, and a couple of chairs had blown off and stuck in there. So the owner was currently fishing them out. That was nice to see. Yeah, and that's all I got for you, I'm afraid, guys. we've got, what have we got for the rest of February we're in now? We've got a trip round Acre Park. We've got a lovely rocky crop we went to, another Otley Shevin walk, and a nature reserve, privately owned one. It's fantastic. Well, that's it, I'm afraid. I'm kind of getting to that point where I'm just going to start waffling on. You can see it's a little bit darker in here. I'm looking at my screen. I'm very, very warmly lit by indoor lighting. So yeah, it's going to be harder this week. I think weather's not going to be as great. So guys we're looking after are going to be a little bit more cabin feverish than ever. So, you know, cut them a bit of slack. Keep that routine rigid. They know you're the safe place, so they're going to come to you when they're feeling stressed. You're doing a fantastic job. I've been making my phone calls, making sure you guys are alright. If for whatever reason you need to call me between them, you have my number, you know I'm there for you. You know, look after yourself, look after each other, keep washing those hands. You know, the government restrictions on moving around the country have been lifted slightly. It does mean that you can travel and we can walk for longer. We still have to keep our distance, we'd have to keep social distancing on the front of our minds, but it does mean we can get to more exciting places. So Val and Kelly, you know, you can access some more rural areas if you can. You know, stay within your home groups, so people who've been your home bubbles. I know that a couple of people have had carers coming in and out, so that's slightly extended. But yeah, you have access to a little bit more, or we all do now, which is fantastic. So let's make the most of it. Don't be silly. Let's not have a second spike. And yeah, like I say, we can see a plan now. We've got July, August, and I reckon by summer we'll be out playing, and we'll go back to Malham and have an ice cream. I know Kearney would like that. I know Brandon would like that. So yeah, that's all from me, I'm afraid, guys. Join us tomorrow for a lovely group wander around a gorgeous place in Leeds. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.